Good morning and welcome to Boscastle in Cornwall. Not that you'd know it, there is a lot of fog or mist about, whatever you call it this morning. I'm looking over the edge there, I can barely see the sea below me. It's a little bit terrifying. But in this video, I've got a special friend along with me and I'm going to try and convince him to do something he normally wouldn't do. Joining me on this fine summer's morning, I have Mr. Chris Sale. Morning, Chris.
Morning, Julian.
As you well know, Chris has appeared in a few of my videos before. They've always gone so well. That's why I always invite him back. So you brought the weather with you this morning, Chris?
I brought a touch of the Cambrian weather with me. But
this morning we have got up, well, I've got up way early. I think 2:30 is the earliest I've ever got up for a landscape shoot. I've driven all the way here for the views, as I said, but you know, hopefully when this clears, we'll get some landscape shots. Now, the reason, one of the things I want to do in this video is I want to try and convince you to do something you don't
I've never done.
Never done. Is it never done?
Considered done. No,
never considered done. And that's to print one of your own images.
That's right.
And
so I use a professional photo lab to produce all of my prints. I've never printed anything myself.
Well, as you know, I'm a very super keen home printer.
You are?
So this morning, after we've captured our amazing minimalistic black and white shots that we're obviously going to capture, I have actually got my printer with me. It's in the boot of the car, down at the car park.
It's in the boot of the car?
It's in the boot of the car. I've got my Canon Pro-300 printer with me.
Right.
So we're going to capture photographs, go back down to the car, process them, and we're going to print them right there and then.
Okay, well, I may have spotted a small flaw in your plan.
What's that?
How on earth are you going to power a printer?
I've got a small bicycle and a dynamo, and I thought you might do some pedaling. No,
a small bicycle might not be much use to me.
No, I've actually got one of these adapters that you plug into a cigarette lighter socket, and it converts it into AC power.
Wow, that'll be quite exciting. I think it'll be quite interesting.
I want you to just kind of get the excitement of actually being able to print your own picture. Actually going out in the morning, taking the picture, going back, processing it and printing it off there then and looking at what you've done in the morning, rather than hanging on for a while, then deciding to send it off. And, you know, well, let's do something with a bit more immediate impact.
Very good.
I just need you to sort the weather out.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we've got to take a photo.
Yeah. Shall we get started with that? Mm-hmm. I'll get blowing the mist away. Not working, mate, is it? %, cloud cover, visibility 10, fog 0. Yeah, weather forecast, eh? I was being interviewed on the Case Filters UK YouTube channel a little while ago, and the person that was interviewing me, Ruth, she'd been reading my blog as part of her preparation, and she pulled out a quote from one of the blog articles that I've written about how that spending time with friends when you're going out and taking pictures can sometimes save a bad situation. So even though the photography itself might not be particularly good, the fact that you've met up with a mate can really help save the trip. This is, without a doubt, one of those times. Because if I was here on my own, stood in this coastal cliff top looking at all this fog, I would be bored out of my mind. Fortunately, I've got Chris with me for a bit of comedy entertainment, kind of. So I've checked my email, my Instagram, I've flown the drone, and frankly, I'm getting a little bit bored. This fog isn't really showing any signs of clearing up anytime soon. So what do you do when the conditions aren't going your way? You go for a minimalistic black and white shot, of course. Now, it's not my type of photography at all. So you could either say, I'm being absolutely desperate trying to take this shot, or I'm being a creative genius and making the most of my conditions. I think it's probably the former. However, I'm going to give it a go. If anything, it will just pass the time until I get the glorious conditions. Yeah, right. So I've got these rocks, got some fog. In fact, I think I might call the picture Fog and Rocks. Let's take it. I was going to say magic, but I'm not entirely convinced. At last, we're in business. The fog is finally starting to clear, and it's given the conditions, not the conditions we planned for. We didn't plan for any fog at all, but as that fog or mist, as it starts to lift, you start to reveal more of the coastline. And I've never seen this bit of coastline before, because I've never been up to this particular viewpoint, and the greens are absolutely luscious. It's almost a bit like the Faroes, and some of the islands are appearing. So I'm really going to work this stretch of land here. I've got some foreground rocks, or I might take some tighter shots, but I'm going to have to work really fast, because once this fog starts clearing, it will just clear and then it will disappear. So I better get to work. I think I'm finally a bit more optimistic about this morning. Well, the fog is well and truly clearing now. You can see bits of the sky, you can see Boscastle, I've got the sun in my eyes. It's all changing, it all happens very quickly. But I did manage to spend about 10 minutes working this bit of coastline, taking composition. So I'm pretty sure I've got a picture ready for printing. And for me, that is the most exciting bit of photography, is taking that picture, going back, editing it, and then hitting that print button and watch your photograph come to life. And this is what I'm really hoping to get over to Chris, is that he'll feel the same way, that now that he's been here, experienced that excitement of taking a picture, but even more than that, when he gets to print it out and hold it in his hands. So let's get back to the car and get the printer warmed up. All right, Chris, we're back at the car.
Yes.
And welcome to my mobile print lab.
It's all very, very sophisticated.
It's extremely sophisticated. I'm using some of the latest high technology here. A cigarette light adapter, which gives me some AC power there. But no, I have got some pretty good equipment here. I've got the Canon imagePROGRAF Pro-300.
And is this your main printer or your backup printer?
This is my main printer at the moment. I've got a selection of Fotospeed papers there as well. I've got some mounts, some mounting tape. But what we're going to do first of all is print your image.
Yeah. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm keen to see what it looks like when it comes out as a print.
Right, we're ready to make Chris's print. So we've selected Fotospeed's NST Bright White 315 paper. This is a fine art matte paper. Got it all set up. It's an A3 print. We're going to use a 25mm border, and that will allow us to put it into the mounting frame that I brought along for Chris as well. Got it all loaded up. Chris, would you like to hit the magic button, the print button, the exciting bit?
Yes, absolutely.
You hit print there.
On the screen.
You can hit the screen and then click OK.
There we go.
We just need to wait for the magic to happen now. Your print's done, Chris.
It is done.
Do you want to pick it up?
Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I think that looks fantastic. The detail in it, you just don't get an appreciation for this level of detail in digital. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. It looks absolutely brilliant. I'm so chuffed with that. I think Mum's going to absolutely love it.
And how does it feel to have literally done all this within probably the space of an hour and a half?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to start driving a printer around in the back of the car, but I mean, it just looks fantastic. And you know, my camera is what? 6 years old, 7 years old, 20 megapixels. And that's more than enough to produce beautiful prints of A3.
Well, you know what we're gonna do, mate? We'll put it in a mount next. That will really set it off. Let's do that.
All right, let's do that then. Looks great.
Well, Chris, we've got our prints.
We have got our prints.
What do you think?
I'm really impressed with it. I'm really pleased with it. As I said earlier, the detail in it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm just really proud of the two of us, given the conditions that we had.
It wasn't looking good earlier, was it?
A shot,
It wasn't looking
two
good.
shots that are worth printing, and they are worth printing, and they look great. I'm really pleased with it. I think Mum's going to absolutely love it.
Well, there we have it. There's my print. Really didn't think I was going to get this morning. I have to admit, the weather conditions weren't favourable, and then I forgot my XQD card reader as well, so pretty happy to have got this. And I'm glad that I made all this effort to get the printer down here and just share a bit of that joy of printing with Chris. Yeah, okay, I don't think he's going to rush out and buy a printer, but hopefully he's realised some of the benefit of being able to print at home, the excitement of watching that print come out and then watching one of your images come to life. Because for me, you know, the photography process really isn't complete until you've made a print, and I've made a print this morning, so my work here is done. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, remember to give it a thumbs up, thumbs up, whatever. You know the drill. I'll see you in the next one.